Welcome back! It's been a little while since I've last been here, but nonetheless, we're back and here with my top 10 movies of 2017. Now, this time I'm not going to be doing any gimmicks, no drinking, no makeup, nothing that's going to be out of the ordinary. Just going to be straight up reviewing my top 10 movies from last year. Starting off my top 10 list, in number 10 is a neo-western mystery film, Wind River. With its plot being as cold as the Arctic tundra that it's set in, this movie had some incredible character building, some great thrilling action sequences, and some moments that throw you for a surprise. It wasn't a movie that a lot of people saw, but if there was enough of buzz around it, I feel like there would have been some well-received nominations for this movie that it did not get. So give it a shot and watch it. Coming in at number 9 on my list is the Best Picture nominated film, Call Me By Your Name, which was a movie that I really only went to go see because it was a Best Picture nominated film, and I really have a lot of thought going into it of what I was expecting to see. But coming out of the movie, I think it might be the most artistic film out of any of the Best Picture nominated films that I saw this year. The ending is quite possibly one of my favorite endings to a movie of the last 5 years, and one that I highly recommend. It's a little bit slow throughout, but the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie brings everything together that it was building upon and just ends beautifully. Next on my list, coming in at number 8, is the romantic comedy and based on true life story, The Big Sick. This movie reminded me a lot of one of my favorite shows, Scrubs, where the laughs are as hard as the emotional punches that it throws at you. With some of the slickest humor and emotional moments from this year, it's a movie that elicits some great reactions from you, and one that I feel like if anybody turns on, they will find something to enjoy in it. Skating its way into number 7 on my list is the biographical film I, Tanya. I was too young to remember the events of I, Tanya as they happened, but I've seen documentaries, I've read articles, and I've had a preconceived notion going into the movie about who she was. But coming out of it, I had an entirely different take of who she was and how the things might have gone. And it's really interesting to see how this movie might change certain people's perspectives. Sinking its way into number 6 on my list is the most successful film of last year and arguably one of the most talked about films of 2017, and Get Out. With a strong socio-political stance in its plot and some great humor and truly terrifying moments, this movie is now an Oscar-nominated film in multiple categories and has a true potential of taking some awards home at this season's biggest awards show. Slicing its way into the top 5 of my list is the superhero film Logan. In a time when we watch a lot of superhero movies that like to play it safe, Logan was able to hit everything that I've been wanting to see out of a Marvel movie. It had great risks that were encountered, character development for everyone involved in the film, and a story that was just quick-paced and strong. And I hope this is a movie that will inspire other superhero movies to follow in suit to really give that engaging story and character-driven superhero films. Blasting its way into number 4 on my list is the war epic film Dunkirk. Dunkirk is one of the top 5 theater experiences I've ever had. Seeing in IMAX with the sound bombarding on me and seeing the events unfold on a giant screen had me blown away, and I felt like I was truly engaging in that moment and completely forgot about everything that was happening around me. It's a film that I don't think it will ever have the same reaction to if you see it on home screen. It's a movie that was truly made for the cinematic experience, and I've never felt almost that attached to a film like I had seeing this movie. At number 3 on my list is quite possibly the most beautiful film I've ever seen, which is Blade Runner 2049. It's a movie that nobody asked for. It's a movie that nobody thought we needed a sequel to, but in 2049 it has some of the most beautiful cinematic moments I've ever seen on film, and a movie that for me dug deeper into the mythology of what the original Blade Runner tried to explore, and I came out enjoying more. But number 2 is a movie that I was so critical of when I first heard about it, but I slowly warmed up to when I saw the promotional photos, saw the original trailer, and then when I went to go see it opening night, blew me away and how wrong I was, which is It. This movie hit every single aspect that I think a truly great horror film can do, and it's probably the best depiction of a Stephen King movie from book to film that I've ever seen. And I really am excited to see where they're going to take it with part 2, with all the characters grown up, and seeing how Alex Skarsgård can take Pennywise even further, and seeing how they're going to do the next film. And at number 1 on my list, if you don't already know, and you know me personally, is Baby Driver. It's a love letter to Atlanta. It's Edgar Wright at his best, and some of the most amazing action sequences and editing I've ever seen in my life. And as somebody who works as a full-time editor, its ability to match music sequences to the gunfiring, to the action, to the just movement of people was mind-blowing. It's one of the most original films I've ever seen, and is probably at this point in my top 10 films of all time. It's a film that I could watch almost every day of my life, and I feel like I could just enjoy something new every time that I hadn't seen before. And there you have it, my top 10 films of 2017. What are your top 10 films? Or any films on my list that would not have been in yours, or vice versa? And let me know if you like this format better. I'm wanting to do this more and trying to get more content out there for you guys in a faster, quicker format that I feel is more engaging, but also not going to be losing interest while watching. So if you enjoy this, let me know. I'm hoping to maybe start a blog to talk more about what I'm seeing every week, and maybe try and do 1 or 2 of these movies a month. So if there are certain things that you want to see, just let me know in the comments, let me know on social media, and I'll try to see you guys sooner than a year.